Welcome. In our first lesson, we explored the breath of life and the idea that the divine is not distant, but already a part of it, present within us. But if we are totally free, an important question follows. What do we do with that freedom? Aquarianism teaches that humanity was not created to be bound to priests, prophets, or institutions in order to reach the divine. Our connection to Source is as close as the air we breathe. The breath itself is our first temple, our first teacher, our first reminder that life is a gift. Yet freedom is not permission to do whatever we desire. Freedom without wisdom becomes chaos. Freedom without love becomes exploitation. True freedom carries responsibility. Every thought, every word, every action sends ripples into the lives of others. Whether we recognize it or not, we are constantly participating in the creation of the world around us. Responsibility is not punishment, it is an expression of love. When we understand that our choices matter, we begin creating with greater care, greater compassion, and greater awareness. One of the beautiful discoveries found throughout history is that this understanding isn't unique to any one culture. Across the world's wisdom traditions, we find remarkably similar ideas. In Judaism, the word Tov speaks of goodness woven into creation. In Hinduism, Dharma points towards living in harmony with the order of life. In ancient Egypt, Ma'at represents truth, justice, and balance. In Zoroastrianism, Asha describes truth and the right ordering of the universe. And in Chinese philosophy, the Tao is the way, the natural flow of reality itself. Different languages, different cultures, yet they all point towards a common instinct. Human beings flourish when they live in harmony with reality instead of fighting against it. Aquarianism sees these not as competing truths, but as different windows looking towards the same horizon. Freedom reaches its full expression when it is guided by love. Responsibility becomes joyful when it arises from compassion rather than fear. And goodness is not something that is imposed upon us from outside. It is something we participate in through every choice we make. Before we continue, I'd like to invite you into a simple practice. If you're somewhere safe to do so, gently close your eyes. Allow your shoulders to relax. Notice the breath moving naturally in and out. On the inhale, think I. On the exhale, am. Or if you prefer, simply breathe with the word breathe. I breathe. I am. Don't force anything. Don't chase experiences. Simply notice. Notice the breath that has been with you since your very first moment of life. Notice the quiet beneath your thoughts. Rest there for a few breaths. When you are ready, gently return to your attention to the present moment. The breath is not merely something we possess, it is something we participate in. It reminds us that every moment offers another opportunity to begin again. In our next lesson, we'll explore one of Aquarianism's most distinctive teachings, the journey of the soul through Gilgul, the meaning of Sheol, heaven and hell as states of being, and what it truly means to ascend. Until then, read the wisdom traditions for yourself. Ask honest questions, sit quietly with the breath, and remember, truth has nothing to fear from careful study.